Alrighty, let's get today rolling. As you can see, we're not at the house. Decided to pop out to Ace, grab those bolts. Went ahead and picked up a couple extra nut clips as well, just in case. I wanted to get all 8, but did I? Yes, I did. Okay. But we only had 2. Just had to stop and think for a second. I thought there were 4 bolts on each side, and there's only 2. Thankfully, I only bought 4. So we're going to flip around here and show you the line to get into the store. When I showed up, I think there were 4 people in front of me. It still took about 10 minutes of standing in line. I mean, it's not huge. What do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 folks, maybe 12 or 13. He says they have a capacity for about 50 people total. They've got about 18 people working today. First time I've had to wait to get into a store like that. So we got the bed of the truck loaded up. It's actually drooping a little bit in the back, so we've got a little bit of weight back there. Smoothed out the ride a bit. So we're going to take the long way out. We're just going to record for the whole trip. And then probably do an update at the end of the day, and that'll be today's video. Stayed up late last night, jumped on the unemployment website. They had shut it down Saturday, doing big updates for the CARES Act, opening up unemployment benefits for folks that have worked below the minimum hours and the self-employed and things like that. And of course the website was not running right. I couldn't log in. And I thought, well, they just updated it. Maybe it's still going through a reset. Got up this morning, about 9 o'clock, a little bit later than I wanted to. Get my breakfast, sit down at the computer, and boy, 3 tries it took me to log in, and I'm still not. I haven't input last week's claim. Kept timing me out. So there's a lot of folks that are going to be on the system today, putting their main claim in. So we'll try again when we get home. I got all week to put it in. I just like to get it in and get it done with. So between that and waiting to get into the store, I'm a bit behind schedule today. It's probably pushing 11:30 right now. wanted to be out the door by about 10:30, but grab some tools, grab some more parts. Got the floor panels in the back of the truck on top of everything. A little sinusy today. It's a little cool today. When I left, it only said it was about 55. It's supposed to be about like this all day though. Got my vest on, grabbed my heavy insulated shirt, because usually it's cooler out at Kevin's place. Secondaries just a little bit. Suck down a little fuel. Pop, 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 pop. Choke's off. Yeah, I haven't run this truck for a few weeks. Fluids are all good. We got some temperature. Got battery. Got oil pressure. This tank is full. I believe the other one's full as well. I don't remember if this is the fresh fuel or the old gas. She's running good today. Except for the popping. See if Mr. Subaru is going to try to pass everybody. He's scooting over into my lane. Doing this video for a viewer, Kyle. He requested that I use this camera in this truck. So I thought, well, I gotta go out to the brother's place. Let's just throw it in the window of this thing and do a nice long video for him. I've mentioned him before, he's blind. Which means that his sense of hearing is probably enhanced more than you and I. Nobody likes the sound of the V8 trucks. Well, so do I. They're whistling around the mirrors and all. Ooh, big old dump truck whipping around the corner there. Lay on the binder, slow this thing down. Still got that construction on the south end of the lake there. I didn't want to try driving through it all. Something's squeaking in the bed behind me. It's just gonna have to ride. Really only pops like that going down hills when it's cold, like colder temperatures. Doesn't seem to do it when it gets warmer out. It's not exactly cold. I'm in short sleeves and got the windows down. Pulled up there at the right time. Subarus all decked out for street racing, out cruising. Old flatbed Chevy back there. 50, 55, 54, somewhere in there. Did 1 ton. Chevy back in the corner there. Out tending their Christmas tree farm. And a couple of bump side Fords. All sorts of neat stuff in Machias. Big dump truck, big old KW. If I had the room, I wouldn't mind getting an old semi-truck. Sheriff sitting there watching everybody drive by. Good thing I'm only doing 33 and a 35. This thing, Ford Bronco. $2.59 a gallon. I thought prices were going down. Read an article, they were talking about Seattle has had the 3rd biggest drop in traffic since this whole thing has kicked off in the nation. I haven't been out on the highways since my last day at work, almost a month ago. I know it was getting pretty thin the last couple days I did go in. So we'll see what it looks like on Friday. been a couple of articles, some folks reaching out to the news agencies whining and, I go, well, that's the right term, whining and crying about Boeing starting up now. Saying they're jumping the gun, they need to just stay shut down until the governor's stay-at-home order is lifted. Read something from a person that did go back when they opened up, and they say, yeah, they don't have all the PPE in place. So I may be busy when things open back up. I'm sure I'll get dumped on with the same concerns. My answer to that is just going to be that you don't have to come back to work. They're authorizing you to stay off, and I believe you can get unemployment now. But I think that's only if you're taking care of people, if you got kids out of school. And you can always go out and get your own PPE. Amazon sells gloves. Go to the parts stores and get gloves. I've got a couple of masks now. So if I lose one, or if I get one dirty or something, or it gets damaged, I've got backups. I've got a, what they call them, a balaclava from my ATV ride. Dug that out and cleaned it up. So if I need to, I could use it. I've got a couple of bandanas on the way. Or use them as a face mask. There are options. I see sunshine poking through, making the green bright. All the brush is starting to leaf out. It's going to be filling in. Grasses are growing like crazy. It's pretty this time of year. It was kind of nice being stuck at home the last few weeks to watch the trees come out. I was thinking of that the other night while I was waiting for the video to render. How cold it was when it was first started. I was a little concerned about not being able to get out and do anything. Too chilly. As I get older, I'm starting to notice stuff like that. Boy, it sure turned around. And in the sunlight, the inside of this windshield needs to be cleaned. Sorry if it's messing up the camera view. I think Tuesday or Wednesday I need to get the pressure washer out and clean up the car and probably blast all the trucks. Get the moss off of them. I haven't even driven the car. I haven't even started the car since the last time I drove it coming home from work. So it's been sitting almost a month. But I prefer driving the trucks when I can. I just don't want to drive them every day and rack the miles up on them. But I try to drive them every once in a while to keep the fluid circulated. drive old Cletus. I need to get on the ball and start working on that wire harness. To hell with all the rust and everything in that truck. Just get it wired up and running. We can fix rust later. Especially now that Kevin's got his new fancy welder. Of course, I'll be dragging my welder back. I should really make an effort to learn how to weld a little bit better. A couple of times I've actually done it. Of course, there's a K5 Blazer up there. That lovely beige tan color, like the base model. And the steel wheels, the little dog dish hubcaps. But the hood was up, it was getting some love. Used his Escalade to tow his Charger. GM to the rescue, Dodge. Bag of really powdery, very fine sawdust in the back, and I was concerned I was going to be leaving a trail of sawdust dust all up the way down the road, but it's not blowing out. Some more weed and grass killer too when I was up at the store today at the base. I'm going to do a second application on that side yard, kill all that stuff off a little bit more. Need to do that probably tomorrow. I think Wednesday is when the rains start coming back in. That's been a couple of days since I looked at that. So I want to spray it down and let it do its thing for a day or two. Through and pulled some dandelions that were growing that were still hanging on. So, a few of those coming into the yard. I like that old barn. Pasture land there. I do like this drive though. Oh, looks like old weeping willow growing there. Oh, excuse me. Didn't sleep too good again last night. Last 2 nights. Almost like it's just a little too warm. That always happens to me in the spring and the fall. Temperature changes. I tend to have a hard time getting comfortable. running my air filter in the bedroom at night, and it's just a little too cool with a single blanket. Watch these folks here, watch around the bend. So I got to put a second blanket on, but then it gets a little too warm. So then I kick it off and try to go to sleep, and then I get a little chilly again. Oh, problems. Here another month or so, I'll be putting the AC unit back in the window. As they were saying, they're expecting a hotter, drier summer this year than normal. So hopefully that means we don't get a whole bunch of forest fire smoke again. Last year was pretty good. Alrighty, watch this bend here, because I gotta make a left. I was worried about somebody driving like an idiot, whipping around that corner. Clear left, clear right. Give her a little juice. Probably wind up taking the Highway 92 back. Just to get a little RPM in this thing. I like to try to run it down at highway speed a little bit. Shop. I don't know if it showed up on the camera on the left there, a big red one. Old tractor with, I think they call those the wartime wheels. The metal wheels with the big spikes on them like that. Rubber was in short supply, so in the 40s they put a lot of tires on the newer, well, 40s tractors. Coming at us. Looks like an older rig, older Ford pickup. Same color scheme as this one. This red was just about as faded too if it wasn't an orange color. Kevin's house is just right over to the right there. I think this is his neighbor above his house. I think that was it. Somebody's got the burn pile going. Actually, I think it's this place here. Free wood, free sawdust. Housing development. There's more traffic, more people driving fast, more people commuting. Oh, look at this, they're all regrading their yard and everything. Everything's changed over here. Alrighty, I'm going to kick you guys off here. Get the other camera out. Use it for the day. I guess I could use this one. Only going to be this video and one other. Catch y'all for a closeout. So, see you in a bit. Oh, we're home. We're back. Tired. Wore out. Beat. Only got 57 minutes on this camera battery. This is the big camera. Oh, fun day though. Got some stuff done. A little disappointed in a couple aspects, but those rear backing plates, that kind of bums me out. Kind of bums me out a little bit, but at the end of the day, this isn't a performance car, it's not a race car, so stock brakes will work just fine. I am going to go do a little bit of research though and just see if I can find anything on those. The front end, those rotors are wrong. We got the bearings that fit over the spindle, but the bearings do not fit into the race on the rotor itself. So I just, on my way home, I swung by O'Reilly's and they went through their computer and they worked their magic, and I've got a set of the correct rotors coming from Marysville, which is just a few miles up the road. And they close at 7:30. I probably could have gone up there and picked them up tonight, but they're being delivered. I'll get them tomorrow by about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So hopefully got the correct rotors coming. I haven't paid for them yet. But they'll show up. I'll take one of the other rotors in there and match it up and make sure it's a bigger diameter. So that will work. Then I got to figure out what to do with those rotors, and then the drums and all the stuff for the backing plates. If I can find a set of backing plates that'll work, I'll snag them. But I need to go inside and fire up the computer and take a look and see. So I got the press loaded in the back of the truck. It's got to come in here yet. We're going to put it right along this wall behind me. I got my welder back. Kevin showed me his new Miller welder. Nice unit. He said it welds a whole lot better than my cheap little Harbor Freight one. So, good. If I need big stuff done, I can take it over there. But, yeah, well, we got the rear suspension bolted up. Got the axle hung. Pulled those shafts out, used a slide hammer, put them back in. Everything worked out beautiful. Very easy to remove. Got the rear wheels on, so it's sitting on the ground. Wanted to do that to the fronts too, but actually tomorrow, if I get these rotors, I'm going to run back out there tomorrow, early afternoon, see if we can put those on. I think I'm going to wait though to see if I've got another shipment coming tomorrow. And I know my steering box bolts are part of that. And there's a few other things that are showing up too. So I need to go inside and check the tracking on that. Make sure if they're going to come tomorrow early enough, then I'll take everything out. If it's just going to be one component, then maybe I'll just wait till Tuesday and go pop out there. But yeah, I got extra bushings because there were things that I bought that were duplicates. But I'd buy a kit, and then I bought a suspension bushing kit because when I bought this car, I was just going to reuse all the factory stuff. And then I wound up buying those QA1 or Global West or whatever they are, upper and lower control arms, and they already had bushings in them. So I've got a full set of bushings that I can use under this car. Because I got plans for this car. I think it's going to go through. It just keeps looking better and better. The only thing this one's going to sacrifice is, well, it's a little crusty in the corners. It's going to give up this panel, the rear window, and probably the package tray. Everything else I think we can probably make do with. And the door, passenger door. So, got to fill the seam for the roof panel here too. But yeah, on the dash pad. This one may just get a different dash. We talked about this car a little bit too, so. But this one is not going to be a focus. I'm going to focus on the other car. Because we're making good progress on that right now. So, other than that, grabbed the other rad support that was out from the other car. That's back here at the house, so I'm going to compare it to the one that's out in the shed. See which one of those two is better, and then scrap the other one. I'm thinking the one that's in the back of the truck is probably the better of the two. And then I've got a third one here that I bought when I first bought this car. Bought this off of eBay. It's in much better condition than both my others. So it'll get drug out to be put on the other car. So we're formulating, we got plans, we got ideas. We're making things happen. But I'm going to transition inside a little bit. Get this uploaded, I think, tonight. I want to do an early upload for this one. And I got lots of time-lapse stuff I'm going to put together for the assembly. And if the other camera was there too, for hands-on footage. But I got my 2 batteries back. I haven't checked them to see if they're any good. I can't see why they would be bad sitting out in the wet grass overnight. But we'll give them a charge. And yeah, so other than that, thanks for following along today. A little bit different, thankfully. And yeah, I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to tinker in the garage. I may not unload everything tonight because I'm tired. Just wore out today for some reason. But yeah, we'll catch you all in the next one. It'll be good. Bye-bye.